This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Hello, and good evening to all our fellow sweethearts right here on our DP24 channel TV, and this is Turbo speaking, and of course, I have to make it as slow as possible, especially, the sound that I might be speaking might be heard outside, but please bear with me, and yes, of course, this is it. So what does it mean? Of course, it's a new program based on our sweetheart's tip. And of course, this would be a start for our Valentine season starting tomorrow, 1st February. And of course, later on at Feast at Home, Better Together, special entitled Life is a Journey. Whereas Coach Reza Custodio Soriano of Fem Power PH, Creatrix Transformologist, and Coach JC Liberan, Inspirepreneur, Builder for the Feast Bay Area. And right now, of course, Feast at Home Better Together might resume its normal live broadcast by next week, along with our DP24 Channel TV's newest programming called Sweethearts Corner. And if you don't know what does it mean, well, it's basically a new program that would have some sort of interview questions that were taped previously and will be aired by next week, not only here on DP24 Channel TV, but also on our DP24 Radio 1. So why does it have to be simulcasted? Well, simply because Spotify have introduced this video podcasting ever since the introduction of the Spotify original presents Muffling on Me with Muffy and Kylene, our Sparkle Sweethearts or Kapuso Sweethearts. And of course, we have most of the headlines that we have been heard or seen throughout our news feeds all over our social media, and of course, speaking of the news feed, do you know why I have come up with this idea? Simply because we have wanted to hear the stories from our newest sweethearts. One is an engineer who happens to be a port passer with his non-engineering girlfriend. Hence, it is said to be official because DP24 Media will introduce this Sweethearts Corner beginning next week, 7th February, on DP24 Channel TV and Radio 1. Basically, it's a 30-minute programming that would cater to those who have a relationship, those who are still single and looking for a special someone, and of course, those who are engaged already or married already. See if I have exhausted all means to carry out some of the interviews, especially those who have a new relationship. And what do you think? Do you know who will be the guest for the following week? So before that, let's have some sort of breaks here on DP24 Channel TV, and here's our partner, Feast Mercy Ministries, that I have chosen. Of course, you know what? Before I introduce you who would be the guest, let me give you this clue. First clue is this. He is a civil engineer board passer. You know what it means to have some sort of a clues and attending on the same, or should I say, attending on a church that is different from ours, especially I'm only the Catholic guy here, and they are Baptists. Of course, that's the ecumenical experience that we have been going to last time that we have been going to this interview. So let's welcome Engineer J.M. Matusalem and Sis Aja Diendo on this lineup of the Sweethearts Corner. Next week we have the episode 1, in which Engineer JM will tell his version of the story on why it is said to be 5 years ago, where it is actually out of 10 years. That would be mind-blowing to all of us, our fellow sweethearts. But of course, on the episode 2, the lengthiest storytelling from Sis Acha has been told, not only to interviewer myself but also to all of us viewers and listeners. Samira said on DP24 General TV and Radio 1, and of course later on, here's the link for Feast at Home Better Together. Feast at Home Better Together is up next later on at around 2000, hosted by Coach JC and Coach Reza. Don't forget to click the link below in order to watch this live episode later on at 300 or 15 minutes later. And you know what? Most feast venues are slowly resuming their face-to-face session, just like the one in Cagayan de Oro City in Mindanao, Northern Mindanao, wherein we have several recovery and reintegration efforts that we have been going through. And likewise, don't forget to subscribe to DP24 channel here on YouTube and also on our Kumu, TikTok, and Twitch for more video on demand and the live broadcast coverage. And also follow DP24 Radio 1 on Spotify, with VOD available from DP24 Channel TV simulcast, and also on Anchor and most podcast providers. And let's talk on our socials, dear sweethearts. Like and follow DP24 on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more updates. And now going back to this presentation, let's have the newscast style with this interview that we have been experiencing last week or last Sunday, right after the review experience, wherein sometimes the boards or the board reviews have gone into overtime, and lately such overtime could lead into some sort of delays that we have been experiencing, but manageable. And of course, it's the first time that I personally have experienced this kind of interview inspired from most of the, you know, podcast titles, especially Muffling on Me with Brother Muffy and Sis Kaidin, and also this type of interview that has been kind of, maybe this would be a start of the killing field. Tuesdays here on our DP24 Channel TV. Well, if you're familiar with this sound, especially with this Feast Conference 2022, you know what I mean? That is sound effect. Maybe there's some sort of, romantic excitement or fluttering heart or some sort of distanciations. That would mean you know what I have been realized lately in this modern dating scene is that mostly we have to reintegrate not only ourselves but also for our future partners in our life, or should I say future partner in our life. And maybe if you came across here watching or listening, maybe if you're ready to date with me sooner or later, then you could thank me later that it might be a wonderful experience, most especially that you could go right if it is the right time for us to love someone. And now with this sound effect that you're about to hear from the Feast Conference, let's listen to this sound effect. So please stand by.
Yeah.
If you hear this sound effect, That means you're going to such romantic excitement already, especially if you see someone talking with one another with either on a dating or Parental 101 or in a relationship. Of course, if I remember this properly, this conference 2022 greater than the modern dating class with Coach V, as she was talking about the fun facts about our brain when we are dating, especially on the 7 hours or something. Especially if you like someone already, then you could not go wrong on choosing that person. But in the middle of this talk, she got into delayed reaction like this one. And that means she thinks that somebody like that person 7 years ago or something that we cannot understand. But shout out to our fellow singles out there in the singles events Manila and the newest singles events Cebu. Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Or good evening to all of you in Cebuano. And to our Ilocano friends or Ilocano sweethearts right here, naimbag nga PE kada kayomin and mahay nabanggi Saindo Gabos. To our big Godano sweethearts. And yes, you heard it right. This next week, we will be having a live premiere of the Sweethearts Corner featuring Engineer JM Matusalem on the first episode and Sis Achatiendo on the second episode. And the third and fourth would be the duo or the so-called love team that we are expecting, especially they came from another Christian church that is different from ours. And remember, I'm the Catholic guy who's speaking right here. And yes, Feast at Home, Better Together is up next. So don't forget to click on the link below. So see you right there at the Feast at Home, Better Together with Coach JCD Biran and Coach Vesas Custodio Soriano. And of course, don't forget to click on the link on the chat box. So see you later at the feast at home. Better together with Coach JC Liberan and Coach Reza Custodio Soriano.